Hello, I'm Mark Lamos. I'm the artistic director of the Westport Country Playhouse. In response to this challenging time, we wanted to reach out to our community and create content that would both entertain and bring us closer together. With the help of our friend Kelly O'Hara, we're thrilled to present our first virtual showcase featuring 20 talented young artists from Fairfield County. Kelly is one of our greatest Broadway stars and certainly our most radiant. She's giving us a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and we're so grateful to her for sharing her expertise and insights. This promises to be a very special show. We hope the voices of these gifted young people will lift you up and bring you joy. We will be creating more programming during the coming months so we can stay connected, living room to living room. Though our stage is dark, we can still be together. And out of motivation to respond, recover, and build resiliency, the Playhouse has created the Survival Fund. To learn more about the Survival Fund or to make a gift, simply go to our website. I will be so grateful. The arts will weather this moment of uncertainty, and we as a community will shape our future together. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you for supporting the Westport Country Playhouse. Enjoy the show.
Hi, that's me. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Westport Country Playhouse and myself, and Mark Lamos, of course, thank you for all those words, Mark. On behalf of all of us, thank you everyone for being with us tonight, for letting us come into your living room. This is such an amazing opportunity for me just to try to give back in some way during these very kind of strange and difficult times. I think we're all processing them very differently. Some of us are kind of finding joy in it in a strange way, the ability to kind of shut off for just a moment, to see the trees blooming, to be with our kids full time when we don't always get to. I guess I'm talking about myself right now, when so many others are suffering so much. So it's a very strange time for our whole earth, all the people here. So if we can do just a little bit to come together and celebrate some young performers tonight, if we can bring some joy to the people who are struggling in ways like that. You know, there are a lot of people struggling with this particular illness, but there are other people struggling in very sentimental and heartfelt ways. And I think a lot of our kids are. I'm a mother of two. I'm watching it happen. They miss their friends. They miss the opportunities they have at school and when they gather. So tonight, we're here to celebrate some of the young performers of Fairfield County, to give them a chance to shine, to hear their stories, let them sing a song, maybe from something that they missed out on. Whether it be a musical this year, a choir concert, singing in a family member's wedding, anything that got canceled. These are hard. These kids work hard. I remember so well my high school musicals and different performances that I really put all my passion into. And so the thought that they would have been canceled and just gone, that would have broken my heart. So tonight, this is for you. This is for your hearts, to support each other, to mend, to celebrate, because that's what we can do together. Right now, we may not be together, but we're together. And that's what the arts does. So I don't want to waste any more time with going off script and just babbling like I am. What I want to do is I want to meet the first person we're going to hear from today. And I'll tell you, there are 20 kids out of many submissions, and they were randomly chosen. I had nothing to do with the choosing, but we had 20 kids tonight that are involved. We're going to hear from 10 of them by song and story. We're going to hear from the others through questions, and you're going to see them at the end. I'm just so grateful that so many people submitted, and maybe with all of this turnout, we might do more of these. So I would love to. But I want to start. We have our first wonderful performer. So I'm going to read this. This is a wonderful girl named Emily Arujo. She's only 17. She lives in Norwalk. She goes to Norwalk High School. And she was going to be in Willy Wonka playing Veruca Salt. So let's hear from Emily. There she is. How are you? How are you, Emily?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You know, one of my favorite things with this is seeing everybody's background. Like Mark Lamos's background was that great library with all those books. And I've got my pictures around so people can see what my heart is about, my voice teacher behind me here. But you have this amazing earth and sky or something there. What is that? Oh,
It's like a beachy island, kind of.
oh, a palm tree. That's your spring break that you didn't get to have, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you're feeling right now as you sit at home every day and think about how that musical might have gone, and just tell me a little bit about how you're feeling.
I mean, as a senior, I've been like dreaming of this moment like since freshman year, having my senior show, and I got a really good part this year, so I was very excited. And I really felt like I don't know, this was going to be like it, my senior year, graduation, like just everything. And yeah, I'm feeling disappointed, but at the same time, I know we're all doing this for a good cause. I mean, like this pandemic is really serious. So a part of me is upset, but a part of me is also like understanding.
That's great. You sound like you have a great head on your shoulders, and I know that everyone would have loved to have seen you on that stage, but I want to encourage you to um, keep dreaming of that moment, because we're going to get back to it. I promise. Theater will come and heal us all. And here we are right now. And so I just, without further ado, I'd love to tell you to take it away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Look at me, I am gorgeous. I am absolutely gorgeous. Here's this avalanche of beauty in one woman, and I'm it. Look at the way all of the parts fit together. Look at this, look at that, look at these. Let me just feel me. Beautiful, glamorous, radiant, ravishing. Look at the hair, look at the shape, look everywhere. I am such a divine me. Every studio will sign me. My cup runneth over. Whoever saw such a complete wow? Nobody will say no to me now. No one is as gorgeous as I am.
You better just go up there and hit that note. What was that note?
I think it was the high C.
Oh yeah, you think it was the high C. You know it was the high C. You got it. Emily, you killed it. That is wonderful. Oh my gosh, I can just see you up there with your little feathers and the whole costume and everything. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Listen, that is a joy for me right there. Let me just ask you a question. Do you think you're going to take something away from this time that will make you better?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think?
Oh my God. I've never realized what I've taken for granted. You know, like I miss school tremendously, and going back, I'm thinking like I would say I would like not want, the typical complaints where you're like, oh, I don't want to go back to school. I want to just stay with my friends and stuff like that. But I miss my friends. I miss seeing people. I miss everything. Just the typical days. I miss all of it.
Yeah, that's so very important that of course we miss everybody. We are people, we're humans. We want to touch, we want to feel, we want to see each other, even in this world of screens that we have. Right. But we do take for granted that is so easy for us to be together. We take for granted that we have all of these gifts in life and these real pleasures, and we have to sacrifice a little bit here. So it's all teaching us all great lessons. But you're in your house, you're still singing like that. You're still giving a performance like that from your computer. And I just want to celebrate you. And I want to thank you for submitting and coming here today. And I think that there are a lot of people who joined me in a big applause. And even though we can't hear them, just know it, just feel it. And you got my eyes on you right now. And I wish you all the best and all the best luck. I know it was your senior year, but you've got a huge future in front of you. Bright, bright future. You're welcome. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.
All right, have
Bye.
a great night. I'll see you
You
after. Okay. She was awesome. That was fantastic. Oh, she would have made it. You know what? She'll play Seussical again someday, maybe. That would be what I want. I want to move on to our second wonderful singer. So her name is Emma Rimmerman, this girl. She's 17 again. She's from Stanford and attends West Hill High School. She was going to be Carrie in the musical Carrie. She was going to play the title role. So let's hear from Emma.
Hi, how are you?
Well, hi, Emma. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really happy to be here.
A person who loves books too. Books behind you.
Indeed, my family is a big book family. So
I love your family already. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Who are you quarantining with?
I'm quarantining with my mom, my wonderful brother, and my aunt and uncle.
Now, wait a second. Was the wonderful sincere or maybe a little sarcasm?
No, it's actually sincere. I love my brother. He's one of my best friends.
How old is he?
He is 19.
Okay, I can see that. 19 and 17, I can see that. Now, see, I have a 10 and a 6-year-old, and it's not quite going that well.
Someday. Don't worry.
All right. Thanks.
Someday.
You know what? I'm going to actually record this and play this back. Well, they may be listening from the other room, and you'll probably hear from them tonight. But so you were going to be in the musical Carrie, which is no easy feat. So had you been rehearsing for a while, or had you started?
We had started rehearsals, though the schedule had, started to kick into high gear right when COVID happened.
Right.
So we weren't able to put on the show, obviously. But I'm really glad that I get to sing a song from it tonight because I was actually really excited about performing Broadway's biggest flop.
Well, you know what? Because it's always great to do a musical like that because you always have something new to bring to it, maybe a way to improve it, maybe even. But I'm excited to hear you, and I know everybody else is, so let's go for it.
Thank you. If I can make it down the stairs, if I can make it to the door, if I can open it and say, "Oh, Tommy, hi." Maybe he won't even notice that I'm staring at the floor. But if other girls can do this, why can't I? If I can keep my knees from buckling, if I can keep my pulse in check, then I will never give the world the chance to see that underneath the smile I'm smiling, I'm so totally a wreck. But if other girls get through this, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? Oh, I anticipate the snickers, and I expect that kids will stare, but they won't rattle me no matter what they do. I know I may not be welcome, but at least I will be there. And if other girls belong, then I do too. Why not me? Why not me? I know it's only a dance, and I know it's only one night, but this might be the start of my journey out of the shadows and into the light. Why not me? I'm gonna talk above a whisper. I'm gonna walk in 3-inch heels. I'm gonna fight the urge to turn around and flee. And then I will feel the magic I'm told anyone can feel when the stars align and life is filled with possibility. And if everybody feels this way, then why not me?
Ah, Emma, that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Your eyes and your emotion and your beauty in that question. Well, it's not why not. It is you. It's going to be you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
That means
Speak
a lot.
about that whisper. Keep your voice loud.
Thank
You're
you.
brilliant. That was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I think everybody, I get to say thank you for everybody right now. I know we're all thanking you and Emily before you. So wonderful. I asked her the question and I'll ask you too.
Mhm.
What might you take from this that will make you better?
I'm really appreciating the chance to slow down.
Yeah.
Being at home, I'm getting the opportunity to really embrace every moment in a way that I don't get to when I'm in school. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to spend time with my family and really do fun things with them. We baked carrot cake today. It's the little things like that. And I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to live life.
I tell you, I know your mom and I know they're all very, very glad at the same time to have you, to have more of you. We do live a crazy, hectic life. And I feel like there's something out there in the air of this that is saying, just stop, just take a break. It's gone too quickly. It's gone too fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an opportunity as much as it is a tragedy for so many.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to feel the way you're feeling and the way you just told us at 17 years old. So that's really moving to me. I wish you all the best. Do you have plans for next year?
Next year, so I'm actually a junior this year.
Okay.
So next year, hopefully things will go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to apply to colleges for musical theater.
Okay. Well, while you're applying and while you're having your senior year, remember to slow down once in a while.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Now, not that you want to hear from me too much, but I am going to take some questions from some of our other kids who you won't see perform tonight, but they've submitted questions, which I think is really wonderful, and I'd love to answer them. So the first one we have is from Jamie Mann, and who's 16 and from Westport. And he asks, where did you grow up and how did you get involved in theater? I grew up in a small town in western Oklahoma on a farm called Elk City, Oklahoma, right on I-40. So if you've ever driven across the country all the way to California, you might have passed the Western Sizzlin right there off I-40 in Elk City. Much of my family still lives there. It is a very, very interesting question how I got into theater because I didn't have a lot of theater around me ever. I'm raising my children in an area where, as you all know, has amazing theater and places like the Westport Country Playhouse to go see amazing theater and to be involved in it. I had nothing like that. What I had was this teacher behind me, Florence Birdwell, at my college at Oklahoma City University. But as a child, I had dreams and I had movie musicals and I had my mother who loved music and her parents who loved music. And we listened to albums and we watched everything that Julie Andrews ever did, or Shirley Jones or Doris Day, or in great old movies. My parents raised me on all the old classic films. And so then I just had a dream in my head that I would go try to do something that was completely crazy. And here I am 20 years later and doing it for my life. So thanks for that question, Jamie. We have, let's see, another one from Sabrina Spraggins, who's only 14 in Newtown. And she asked, what made you decide to become an actress instead of choosing other careers? I cannot do anything. I'm terrible at everything. I can be a mom. I love the career I'm having right now of homeschooling my kids and making 3 meals. I love to cook. But, you know, I really don't ask me to do a math problem and things like that, you know, things that in school that kind of tell you, oh, I love math and I love science and I'm going to go to med school, whatever that is. I loved animals. I thought I might want to be a veterinarian when I was a little kid, but I opened my mouth to sing one day when I was about 10, and I've never wanted to do anything else ever since. And I gave myself the opportunity to try. I moved to New York right out of college and said I would try for 2 years. And if I didn't make that dream come true, I would go home. And I did. And so I stayed and made my life here. So I don't think I chose my career. I think it chose me. Thanks, Sabrina. And one more. Antonio Hernandez, he's 17 from Norwalk, and he asked, what inspired you to pursue your career? Did you experience any hardships, and how did you overcome them? Well, the inspiration is, I think, what I just told you. It was kind of that being raised up in that kind of fantasy world of albums and old film and movie musicals, and just thinking that seemed better than my kind of lonely farm life that I had, although now I look back at it and I just am so grateful for it and my work ethic and all the things I learned there. The hardships, I'm not going to go, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've had great ones. I've had loss in my life, as we all have. I've had a million denials in my auditions. Nope, not you. Take your picture. We know it's expensive. Go get out the door. I've had lots of those. I've had lots of turn downs. And I've, there are ups and downs in life in general, but I've been pretty lucky, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And even any hardships that I did have, I learned from all of them in such huge ways. So aside from the things that most every human experiences, I won't complain about any big hardships. I'll just keep being grateful for what I have. And if you've experienced more than your share, Antonio, as an artist, we use them. We filter them and filter them through our hearts and what we can give to others, to teach others how to get back up. So I hope you do that. All right, we want to hear from some more singers. I know I do. The next is Kelly Fox. And she is 18. She's from Stanford and attends West Hill High School. Are you here, Kelly?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I like your name, but you spell it wrong. Oh. I'm kidding. So what were you going to do? Were you going to sing this song anywhere special, or do you just want to share this one with us tonight?
This is actually my college audition song.
Oh, yeah. Good. Well, are you going to go to that college? Did you get in?
Well, I used it for a lot of different schools.
Oh, okay. Awesome. We're waiting to hear. So you're a senior. So this is a big deal. This time is a big deal.
Yeah, it was definitely really it was really unexpected, because if you think you have this time to spend your last few days in school with your friends, and then it just stopped.
It really just stopped. It sure did.
Yeah.
It sure did. Was there one thing you were particularly looking forward to this year before the end of the year?
Definitely prom, graduation.
Of course.
My school also does senior internships. And I was really excited, for the last month of school, where instead of going to class, we have internships and we get to explore different things. And I was really excited for that. And yeah, now it's not happening.
I know. Well, Kelly, what we should do next year for all of you seniors, if we are back on our feet, we should have a do-over senior year activity. So at the Playhouse, I'm sorry, Mark Lemos, at the Playhouse, we're going to hold the after senior year prom for all the seniors this year. We're going to have a big prom and a whole thing. We're going to have the do-over and give you guys a chance to all come back and meet up again and have your senior prom. And I'm going to come and I won't do entertainment because nobody will want that, but I'll come and dress up like a clown or something. But without further ado, what is the song you're going to sing?
It's Shoulders Down by Karner and Gregor.
Nice. I don't know it, so I'm sure everybody's really interested to hear it. So take it away.
Jenny said girls' night, no men. But she's gotta be back to her husband by 10. So we'll behave till 10 and then we'll see. Annie and Beth are single like me. Didn't know I missed my girl so much. Guess I fell in love and out of touch. But tonight we're here to put each other through the door till the dawn. Now I'm gonna come on out of my hiding place with my 3 best girls in my good bra just in case. These are precious years that you can't replace. So I'm stepping out for a while, and we're heading north to go on the town. I'm not even gonna try and hold back the smiles. I begin feeling bold, and I let my shoulders down.
Oh, yay! Riffing. Now I need you to give me some lessons on the riffs because I don't do the riffs. Oh, thank you so much, Kelly. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't know that. What's it? Do you know what it's from?
It's not from a show. It's from a Broadway composer, Conor and Gregor.
Oh, well, I know Conor and Gregor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
I was thinking more. Okay. Fantastic. Well, what a song, and what a voice, and what an acting, beautiful, vibrant and emotional face. I love it.
Thank you.
I wish you so much luck as you look at what's going to happen for next year. But stay close so you can come to the do-over prom.
Yeah.
Who are you at home with while you're doing this?
I'm at home with my mom and my dad and my brother.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you the same question. Are you going to take away something positive from this? Something that will make you better?
Yeah. It was definitely like great to get to spend a lot of time with my parents before I leave. Like my mom's been teaching me all these recipes for like that I can cook in the dorms and stuff like that. So I've definitely tried to make light of the situation that way.
That's good. I don't think you'll never forget that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
They're kind of scared for me to leave.
I can't imagine. We're on their way out. Well, thank you for sharing your talent with us tonight. I think all of Fairfield County and hopefully way beyond are cheering for you tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Be so proud. We're so happy that you did this. Thank you. Awesome. Number 4, we have Luke Ryan. We have our first young man. Luke is 15 from Darien, and he attends Darien High School. He was going to be in Godspell as Galileo. Come on over. Come on out. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good. Oh my gosh, you're our youngest and you're our first male.
Yeah, so crazy.
So who are you at home with right now?
I'm quarantining with my mom, my dad, and my younger sister and my younger brother.
Oh, you're the big man of the house, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were going to be in Godspell.
Yes.
So have you been in musicals before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started performing when I was in first grade, so I've been doing it for a while.
You're the veteran of the group at this point.
Yeah.
You've been performing almost as long as I have because I'm
That's awesome.
so young. So Luke, what are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to sing Proud of Your Boy from Aladdin. It's a great song and I just love it and just love the message and just, it's a great song and I love to sing it all the time. So.
Well, then we want to hear it. Give us your best.
Awesome.
Hit it.
Proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your boy. Believe me, bad as I've been, Ma, you're in for a pleasant surprise. I've wasted time, I've wasted me. So say I'm slow for my age, a late bloomer. Okay, I agree that I've been one rotten kid. Some sun, some pride, and some joy. But I'll get over these lousing up, messing up, screwing up times. You'll see, ma, now comes the better part. Someone's gonna make good, cross his stupid heart. Make good and finally make you proud of your boy.
Oh, I know some parents who are probably very proud of their boy. That's really beautiful. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
You're welcome. What are your dreams? What do you want to do?
I've always had a dream to be a Broadway actor. I mean, like the stage is, my parents have said this before, the stage is just really my happy place. And, you know, especially in times like these when we're all just like seeing all this crisis in the world and all this like sadness, it's great to have an outlet like theater to escape to and to have something to just make you feel happy inside and make you feel like there is hope and a light at the end of this tunnel.
Oh my gosh. You sound like me when I was 14. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, when I first moved to New York a long time ago, I worked at the Downtown Cabaret Theater in Bridgeport.
Mhm.
It was my first equity job ever from nowhere around here. And I would take the train up, and I was in Phantom, and a little boy named Adam Kaplan, who grew up going to Staples, grew up in Westport and ended up going to Staples. He's now a big Broadway guy. So just like you,
Yeah.
just like Adam, you're going to grow up through this Fairfield artistic community, and you're going to go and make your dreams come true. And I'm going to be there with my arms out, welcoming you in, Luke Ryan.
Thank you so much.
You're
that
welcome.
means the world coming from you.
Well, listen, you're wonderful, and I love your. I keep saying this, but these beautiful, emotive faces. You're such an
Thank
actor,
you.
sweet singer, and you know, I've asked everybody else, and you're a little younger, and so I'm very interested to know what you think you might be learning from this experience, having to stay home.
Yeah, I think one thing that I'm taking away from this experience is that, like I said earlier, I mean, we're not alone in this time. Like, you know, we're not facing this by ourselves. We have so many people around us, even though we can't physically be with them and, you know, hug them and show our affection for people. We have so many people that we can just reach out to, whether it be like a phone call or a FaceTime call, just to, you know, surround ourselves with good people and surround ourselves with joy in such a scary time, in such a time of unknown for the world.
You're so smart. You know, when I was a kid, it's not a huge amount of time long ago, but long ago, we could have called each other on the phone, but we certainly didn't live in the world of FaceTiming or anything like that. So I just think about those moments. And now we do have this opportunity for you and me to be looking at each other, just talking. So in a way, we're okay. We're not alone. We have each other.
Yeah.
We even see each other, you know.
We are connecting.
We are connecting. And you know what? You've connected with a lot of people tonight. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Good night.
Thanks for having me.
What a sweetheart. More questions. How about? What do you say? Just a couple. Not so many. This one's from Ella Miller, one of our wonderful performers. She's 16. She's from Trumbull, and she asks, "Do you have any advice for the college audition process?" Oh, I've heard how much the college audition process has changed since I went to school, and I've heard a lot of advice, and I've heard people give advice about it. You know, I know that they're just like what we're doing now. There are all these video submissions, whereas when I was a kid, you went there and stood on a stage, and you showed everything you had there in person. So as we get better at all of this technology and these types of things, I'll tell you, you have a leg up, Ella, and I think everybody in your age does, because you're so used to putting yourself on film, being on video, and really being able to get across what it is that you what it is that you really carry in your heart. That is something that I've had to try to get better at as I've done TV and film or whatever it is. But when I was a kid, it was all live theater. And again, we would go to these colleges, we would meet the professors and then stand on a stage and sing for them. So my advice for you is to trust what you already know. Choose things that you love, that you really think show your heart, not just your talent in your technical talent. And I know there are great teachers in this area. I've heard from some of the teachers, that have been teaching you guys, that have been giving all of their beautiful expertise to you, and Broadway people, everybody. And I have a bunch of friends who are teaching around here, Jody, and really putting their stuff out there. So you're being taught well. You have the environment around you to help you do what is necessary to get into these programs. But trust already that you have been raised for the art form of an audition via video. But do sing what you love. Do choose things that are personal to you. And I always tell young people, don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to be someone else, because that's already happened. And in the art world, you want to be one of a kind. And the only one of a kind you can be is the exact person that you are. And that is enough. And that is special. And go deep, deep inside that thing and give it to them for your audition, whatever that means to you. I hope that helps. The next question is from Sarah Shute, who's 15, from Norwalk. And she asks, what is the best piece of advice you have about how to succeed and grow while following your passion? Couple of things, I guess. If you want my advice, succeeding to me is just continuing to work. It's not a Tony Award or any other kind of thing. Success is this for me. It means that I continue to do what I love while inching a little bit better in my craft each time. I don't like this version of success, because what happens when you come to the top of the hill, you got to go down again. I just want to keep working. So just try to inch a little bit farther, teach yourself a little bit more every time, challenge yourself just a little bit more, and try to keep working. Don't try to be a star. Ask yourself, do I want to be a star or do I want to be an artist? Do I love stardom or the craft? My choice was the craft. Now, I want to be successful, and I want to support my family, and I want to be able to work in the ways that I want to work, at the quality and level that I want to work. But it really is about craft for me. So it's either celebrity or craft. You pick your C. And I'm going to always put craft first, right? And while you're growing, you meet people that you love to work with. You work hard. You become teams, and you will work with them again and again. You will earn your keep. You will earn your spot to keep being asked back to the party, or being in the position to ask the people you want. That's the other thing. You can grow in this business and stay successful by being a good business partner, being a good teammate, passing the ball back and forth, as we say. Be generous. Be generous. Okay, let's go on to another singer, number 5. But you know what? Wait. Oh, Camille, I probably just made you so nervous. Wait, I just have to say this. I want to just shout out a huge applause to RJ, who is running this technical side of this right now. I mean, he is on it with these questions and getting people to stand by, and it's just brilliant. And Jenny at the Playhouse, who has put all this together. I'm going to talk more about them, but let's go on, because I can't wait for number 5, Camille Foisy. Now, Camille is 16. She's from Westport, and she attends Staples High School. She was going to be in Seussical as Maisie Laborde. So let's hear from Camille.
Hi.
Hi, how are you, Camille?
Hi, I'm great. Great to see you.
So nice to see you too. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, Miss O'Hara. It's literally such a dream.
Oh, you can call me Kelly. You're here at my house party. You better call me by my first name. So tell me about where you were in your process of Seussical.
Yeah, so we had gotten word that our show was going to be canceled just a couple days leading up to opening night. We had actually gotten the call that school was over the Wednesday of the week of the show.
Oh, no.
So that Friday.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It was tough. It was just really sudden.
Are you a junior?
I am a junior, yeah.
You're a junior. So you hopefully have next year to maybe, but hey, listen, a loss is a loss. A show is a show. And this is a very important show. It's a great role. I am sure you're disappointed. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this in the first place was my friend Laura Benanti had done hashtag Sunshine Song. She said all of these high school students, she put it out on social media, and Mark Lamos at the Playhouse called me and said, what can we do for Fairfield County students who have the same situation, but let's bring them even closer to us. Let's bring them to the screen here and let them share, because so many people come to those Staples performances, and I'm one of them. I've brought my kids to many of them. So I know how much people were looking forward to hearing you sing and seeing your Maisie. So why don't you give us a little now, or whatever you're going to sing? It doesn't have to be from the show.
I'm going to sing Right Hand Man from Something Rotten.
Oh, that's really fun. Okay, great.
If you ever got in trouble, I would be there on the double just to bail you out. If there's anything you lack, you know I've always got your back. That's what it's all about. Think of me as your sidekick, helping you whenever I can. I'm more than just a woman, baby. When the pressure's coming, baby, let me be your right hand man. Are you hearing me? If you're ever in a pickle, you can call for me, and quick'll be how fast I run. You and me should be a team for any dream or any scheme. That's how it should be done. Sure, I could stay in the background, just smiling every now and again. But just to be a pretty lady, that would be a pity, baby. Let me be your right hand man. I am stronger than you think. Don't be thinking I ain't tough. I am where you ought to go when the going's getting rough. So when things are going badly, well, we don't know, but if they are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? If you're ever in a fix and it's a fix you need to nix, then I'm your go-to guy. Quit being so literal, baby. Don't forget I'm not a shrinking violin, a solid rock. Hell no! So don't be thinking of promo when the you know what hits the fan. There's no problem that's too big. When you're married, that's the gig. So don't be a sexist pig. Isn't asking too much of you. It's only 'cause I love you. Let me be your right. In fact, I'll show you that I'm right. Baby, I'm your right. Don't put up a fight. I can be your right. Starting here tonight. Let me be your right. Man.
What? What? Now, I just gave RJ all these compliments, but see, he mutes me. So now I'm mad at him because during it, when you were like, can you hear me? I was like, yeah, man, I can hear you. That was awesome. That was amazing. I mean, wait a second. How old are you?
16.
I mean, come on. I think you may be fibbing because you're like 37 up in this at my house party. Camille, that was awesome.
Thank you so much.
I mean, seriously awesome. Like, I'm gonna see you down on the Great White Way tomorrow once it opens back up, right? Really, really amazing. I mean, just what a voice. And what an attitude. Yeah, you better keep that up. You better keep that up. I'm really glad that you chose that song. That is, that shows us a lot of your personality. And so like when I was saying earlier, when you audition for something or you want to put, like really, really show them the hot stuff, you better sing that song. I thank you so much. That was so enjoyable. It's one of the reasons why we have to do this. We have to put these performances, anything that you have to offer, we want people to see it. I'm really, really glad we we got you on here, Camille. I've been asking people what they might take away from this. Do you have something that you might think has changed you in a good way?
Yeah, I think I've definitely found a lot more balance in my life now that this whole thing has kind of happened. I think I'm one of those people who like lives by a schedule, and I think part of this whole thing is like developing a schedule, but I think my schedule now is much more balanced than, you know, going to school for a ton of time and then having rehearsal and then having dance class and then when am I going to eat dinner, when's homework. It's like it kind of just like builds up and like that becomes your life. And now it's just like everything is so different that I can find ways to balance family time and, you know, getting a meal in and doing homework and taking a dance class and maybe painting.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a more balanced person right now. It makes me feel
I love that. I love that. I hope you hang on to that, you know, because we most likely we will all jump right back into at some point what we think we need. And we're learning a lot about what we don't need, right? We don't need all of the hustle bustle. You know, you can work on your craft here and there, which you are obviously have been doing and you're going to keep doing it, but take some of that balance and kind of that peaceful aspect of what a schedule should look like. Don't overweigh it with things. I think you're doing just the right thing. Sounds like you're in good shape and you certainly sound fantastic. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
to meet you in person sometime.
Of course.
Okay. Bye-bye. Wow. What a voice, huh? Woof. So number 6, this is Ella Terrio. Ella is 17 from Southport and attends Fairfield Ludlow High School. She was going to be in Rock of Ages as the waitress. Where are you?
Hi.
Hi, Ella. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very well. Thankfully, I'm well. We're working hard on that, and I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
And we're helping to keep other people well too by doing that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you were going to do Rock of Ages. Now you must be a pretty rockin' singer.
Yeah. It was fun. Like from what we had done so far, it was really like definitely different than anything I've done in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
When were you going to do it? Did you have quite a bit more rehearsal, or were you close to opening?
We were going to do it towards the end of April because our director actually had a baby halfway through, so we like pushed it out. We usually did it earlier in April, but yeah, it was going to be towards the end of April, but we were just getting into the second act, so.
Oh man, you were getting deep in there. So that's very disappointing. I know. Are you? What year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It breaks my heart. And you know what? Senior is the most. It's like you're a senior, and I keep saying you're a senior because I feel this. I feel this great sadness for you guys who are. But in a way, listen, you'll have one of those memorable senior years of any of us in the last century, really, because you will remember this strange thing that you were asked to kind of bend and fold for, and it will make you stronger. I promise. It will make you more malleable. More you'll evolve more differently than all of us have, because everything just didn't go exactly the way everyone always told you it would. It'll teach you that life throws the things at you, right?
Yeah.
You'll be stronger. I know it sucks. So what are you going to sing for us today?
No One Else from The Great Comet of 1812.
Yes. Take it away. That's awesome.
The moon. First time I heard your voice, moonlight burst into the room, and I saw your eyes, and I saw your smile, and the world opened wide, and the world was inside of me. And I catch my breath, and I laugh and blush, and I hear guitars. You are so good for me. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. Oh. And your childlike eyes and your distant smile, I'll never be this happy again. You and I, and no one else. We've done this all before. We were angels once. Don't you remember? Joy and light inside our souls, and nobody knows, just you and me. It's our secret. This winter sky. How can anyone sleep? There was never such a night before. I feel like putting my arms around my knees, squeezing tight as possible, and flying away. Like this. And your childlike eyes and your distant smile, I'll never be this happy again. You and I, you and I, you and I, and no one else. Maybe he came today. Maybe he came already. And he's sitting in the drawing room. And I simply forgot.
Oh. I think we all needed you tonight, Ella. That was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Sometimes there's little bandages for the soul and the heart. And I think you were a little bandage for me. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness. That Dave Malloy, he can write music, huh?
Yeah.
I love that score. I love that score. And I love that song. I love your haunting and very beautiful, just clear voice. Who's your voice teacher? Because I'm going to steal you. I'm kidding.
Oh, I love her. She's the best. Lauren Pine is like my favorite person ever. She's my choir teacher and acapella teacher, and I wouldn't even be on this if it wasn't for her. She sent out the link. She loves you. Totally.
Lauren Pine. Well, well, maybe she's watching. Lauren, thank you for this girl. Thank you for this girl. And thank your parents also for that adorable, beautifully decorated room behind you too. You thank your parents for that. My favorite colors are blues and creams and everything. So I'm having such a moment of healing with you right now. But it's all about your voice. It's not about the living room. But I'm just really I'm moved by that. And how are you feeling right now with all this?
Well, it's definitely a bummer that it's like senior year and and like pretty bad timing. But with all this time that like you can take kind of to just focus on like what is bad, I'm kind of trying to take it and just focus on like going to college whenever that happens, whenever it opens, if it does, back up in the fall, and then going to see my friends soon, or I've been doing some distance, hanging out with my cousins. They're the best, distance, like hanging out, and that's all, and that's been great. So feeling okay. It's balanced.
Feeling okay. I know. I mean, honestly, I can't imagine how hard that situation is right now. For me, I don't feel like I'm missing things as much as I'm getting them because I'm with my children in a way that I don't always get to be. But for you, what's the one thing if you could pick one thing, what is it that I have asked people a different question. I'm going to ask you this one. What are you missing the most?
Definitely. I mean, although like I would never imagine myself saying it, like I miss school. I definitely just miss all the people, I would say, like my best friend and like my teachers who I'm like super close with. Just definitely the people, my family, staying away from my grandparents, of course.
Oh, of course.
So I definitely am super close to my family. So I miss, I think, the most my family and then my friends.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't think about that. We are separated from, yes, we're with our kids or our moms and dads or our brothers and sisters, but I'm not with my parents, and we can't be with my husband's parents who live here. We're not seeing our grandparents because we don't want to risk anything. It's really hard on all of us. But you gave us a little bit of a salve tonight with your gorgeous, clear, angelic voice.
Thank you.
When you went down lower, it has a lot of oomph, and and the top is just so beautiful and smooth. And I'm not teaching. I'm just commenting on the fact that it all felt really rich to me. So I want to just applaud you on that and your talent, and tell you to keep doing it. And I'd like to hear you more and more. So thank you so much, Ella.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Good night. Oh, that was beautiful. I have a couple more questions from these wonderful kids that are also involved tonight. So another one is Amanda Robertson. She's 15 from New Canaan, and she asks, "What was it like playing Kate in Kiss Me, Kate?" It was one of the most fun things I've ever done in my whole career. I think it was a combination of who I was working with, my director, Scott Ellis, and my partner in crime, Will Chase, who's just hysterical. But it was just a blast of a show. I was whipping with whips and throwing things and climbing, up to windows and throwing. It was one of those things that I haven't always been asked to do, which is just to get crazy and be wild and ballsy. And I love those opportunities, and I look for them. And the score itself really was great because it was soprano, but also strong. And I look for those are few and far between. So that was awesome. And I loved it every minute. I miss it. My kids miss it too. They used to love just being there with all those casts. They say, when can we do Kiss Me, Kate again? So the other question is from Alex Arnold, who's 14 from New Canaan, and asks, of all the shows you've performed in, what's one of your favorites and why? Yes, one of my favorites is a good way to put it, because I think if you asked me while I was doing a show, I'd always say that's my favorite because I go so deeply into them. But for many, many reasons, if I really had to pick one that I could go back to and do it again, because I loved it so much and I loved the building of it and I wasn't finished with it, was probably The Bridges in Madison County. Just because I think we could have made it better. I'll never grow tired of singing that score. I worked on it from its very, very beginnings before it was even written, really. And it stretched me in ways that I just so enjoyed being stretched. And I loved it. So, all right. We're going to do something very special now. We had one girl who couldn't be with us tonight, although she was one of the choices of the submissions. I'm going to grab this piece of paper so I can tell you about her. I had a wonderful conversation with this girl. Her name is Lauren Kelly on Monday. And Lauren is a beautiful singer and a beautiful spirit. And if she's watching tonight, we are going to play you a video of her submission, I think, or a video of her singing, because we want to share her with you so much. But she's 17. She lives in Norwalk and attends Brian McMahon High School. She was in Les Mis as Cosette. And they performed there. They got to actually perform their first weekend, but then it was canceled after that. So that's a good thing. But one of the really special things I want to mention about Lauren is the reason why she can't sing live tonight with us is because, unfortunately, Lauren has just undergone one of her chemotherapy sessions as of yesterday. She has been diagnosed with synovial sarcoma. But I want to talk about the spirit of this young 17-year-old young woman. she says music is helping her heal. And she is here and she's watching. And you heal all of us by saying this, by encouraging us to use music as a healer. It has certainly healed me in many, many hard times in my life. But I want to just read your quote, Lauren. She said, "Music helps us through our best and worst times. And I'm so grateful that I've been given this opportunity to share my music with the other finalists, Kelly, and the viewers." Indeed, it does. It does, Lauren. It does heal us. But if you are using it to heal yourself, singing, you said you're continuing to sing. It will be the arm around you to squeeze you. Music is a savior. So, Lauren, thank you so much. And we're going to now show your video.
Hi, my name is Lauren Kelly. I'm 17. I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut, and I will be singing How Could I Ever Know by Lucy Simon. How could I know I would have to leave you? How could I know I would hurt you so? You are the one I was born to love. Oh, how could I ever know? How could I ever know? How can I say to go on without me? How, when I know you still need me so? How can I say not to dream about me? How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Forgive me, can you forgive me? And hold me in your heart and find some new way to love me now that we're apart. How could I know I would never hold you, never again in this world? But oh, as sure as you breathe, I am there inside you.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. And thank you, RJ, for fixing everything. You know, these things, I've done a couple of them and they come with these technical challenges. And tonight I knew we'd have some, and I was hoping it was more like my dog runs in and barks and knocks over my computer or something. I definitely didn't want it to be getting in the way of Lauren. And thankfully, RJ came to the rescue. And here we had that glorious performance. Ah, Lauren, thanks. Thanks for sending that in. Thanks for being here. It's interesting to just feel that you're here. That's the thing. I don't see any of you, but it's an amazing gift to just know that there are some collective hearts and eyes and ears coming together tonight just to celebrate young performers like you. You have a beautiful, bright future and a beautiful voice, and that's one of my favorite songs. Thank you. Let's hear from our seventh singer. This artist is named Ryan Lynn, and he's 17. He's from Wilton and attends Wilton High School. He was going to be in Hello, Dolly as Horace Vandergelder. How are you? Come on, Ryan.
Hello.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So were you in rehearsals yet?
We were a month into the rehearsal process before the COVID-19 outbreak affected everything. So we weren't really into Tech Week or anything like that, and so we had more time to emotionally accept that we weren't probably going to have a spring musical.
I understand, but it still hurts, right?
Yeah.
Still stings?
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Who are you with there at the house?
I'm quarantined with my mom, my dad, and my twin brother.
You have a twin?
I do.
Does he like to sing as well?
He does not.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you're your own people.
Yeah.
So what are you going to sing for us tonight?
I'm going to be singing On the Street Where You Live from My Fair Lady.
I love it. Why don't you sing for us and then we'll talk after.
All right. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can be here on the street where you live.
Oh, wonderful, Freddie Einsford Hill. You know, I get a little teary because you're just so joyful. You bring so much joy in your beautiful voice. And you don't know this, but we're out here and you're looking right. When you look right at the camera there, it looks like you're looking at us, and it just brings us so much joy.
Thank you.
And beautiful, going up to the high stuff, and it's so gorgeous. And my husband always says to me, "Go spread the joy" with my singing,
Yeah.
and you've just spread the joy. You really have. And tell me what you think that this is going to do for you in your future. This moment in time, how are you going to be changed by it?
Well, it's definitely prepared me if I ever want to do this as a career to like sing in front of cameras, and obviously doing theater in high school has prepared me for performing on stage. And just to work again after having like a little mini vacation with the COVID-19 outbreak.
Yeah.
It's been good to throw myself into something, because right now it's just been me mainly taking care of myself, which is a nice change too.
Yeah, not so many things to worry about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. That's why we wanted to do this tonight, which was to give, not only to highlight you guys, but also to give us all something to look forward to and to do. And just like what you were about to start rehearsals for. I mean, we put our hearts and our minds into it, and our passion is there. And so I'm glad you could do it and get prepared for us and come out in your nice shirt and tie. And, and you just sounded wonderful. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you.
I'm glad we all met you tonight. We got to know you. All right. Bye. We have another singer, Anna Rosa Sforza. She is 16 from Norwalk and attends Norwalk High School.
Hi.
Rosa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Do you go by Anna Rosa or just Anna?
Either or.
Either or. I'll call you Anna Rosa because my sister's Anne Marie and we say Anne Marie. But so, what are you going to sing?
There's a fine, fine line from Avenue Q.
Oh, nice. Now, were you going to be in any shows this year, or were you just?
Actually, I'm taking an acting class at my local theater right now, directed by my voice teacher, Joe Santinello.
All right, Joe Santinello. That's I think also Lauren's teacher.
Yeah.
That's great. So we're excited to hear you. Why don't we hear from you, and then we'll talk some at the end.
Okay.
Great.
There's a fine, fine line between a lover and a friend. There's a fine, fine line between reality and pretend. And you never know till you reach the top if it was worth the uphill climb. There's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of time. There's a fine, fine line between a fairy tale and a lie. And there's a fine, fine line between you're wonderful and goodbye. I guess if someone doesn't love you back, it isn't such a crime. But there's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of your time. And I don't have the time to waste on you anymore. I don't think that you even know what you're looking for. For my own sanity, I've gotta close the door and walk away. Whoa. There's a fine, fine line between together and not. And there's a fine, fine line between what you wanted and what you've got. You gotta go after the things you want while you're still in your prime. There's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of time.
Oh man. Oh wow. That was awesome, Anna Rosa.
Thank you.
Thank you for being such an actress too.
Thank
That
you.
acting class is going well. Your natural ability too, and a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I'm glad I had you sing first, just because I feel like we haven't had a lot of songs that kind of make us. You made me feel a little bit angry and by the situation, you know. And I was listening to you just emote there and watching your face. That was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Have you always been a singer?
Yes, actually, I'm 7th generation family from my mom's side. They're all musicians, literally all musicians.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
I grew up listening to them, so.
You're not stopping the trend then. I mean, you're making them proud. You sound beautiful. You're such a beautiful actress too. I love it. I enjoyed that so much. What are you doing to get through this quarantine?
I mean, it's hard, yeah. Like, I'm bonding more with my parents because before this happened, my mom works a lot. So, like, it's hard to see her sometimes, but now, like, I get to see her more, like, be with her 24/7 because she's working at home now. I get to like, chill with my dad and my dog and watch movies, but, like, also do work, schoolwork, and everything. So, it's taking time, but we're going to get through this. So,
We sure are. And it's not easy, but do you think that there's something that that you'll kind of take with you for the rest of your life that will change from this for you?
I mean, yeah, like auditioning for this is like this is something I've never done. Like I audition in person. So auditioning in front of a camera like at home is something that like I'm gonna get used to. So it's for the future. Yeah.
Yeah. And also this pandemic, this time at home. How do you think that will that change you for the better as you go forward at all?
Yeah.
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 Just as far as slowing down a little bit, maybe?
Yeah.
What's the thing you miss the most in your life right now?
I really miss my friends and my family from Ecuador and Italy, or from here. And yeah.
We'll get back there again. I'm really, you know, when you think about something like a lot of people are talking about the illness back in 1918, but I think about the fact that theater had a huge uprising in the 20s. You know, it really grew in the 20s. So you know that things really got back to going, and we'll start traveling again, and you'll get to see your family, and we'll get through this. But in the meantime, you keep making music, you know, let that be a comfort to you because it's a comfort to us. We're glad you shared it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're very brave and we appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. It's great. I realize I'm asking a question over and over again, but not really explaining it. So 2 people thought I was asking, is this particular night with Kelly O'Hara going to change your life for the better? When what I meant was this time at home during this pandemic. But it's interesting. Does it change you, or what did it make these kids have to do to think about kind of putting something on tape, putting themselves on tape in this kind of nerve-wracking way and sending it in, being chosen or not chosen, and it is random, and we want to see everybody. And maybe we'll keep doing this because we'd like to see everybody and talk to them and see how they're feeling so that their friends can watch and say, oh, that's what she was going to give to all of us from the stage, or that's what he was going to say, or that's how he's feeling at home. And it's really brave. I think it's really brave. You know, I'm so used to people being in front of me, and here I am with nothing coming back at me. And it's nerve-wracking in a way. I did this Peter Pan live thing on NBC. I don't know if anybody saw it, but there was nobody in the room, and I had never done anything like that. And, you know, you finish the song and then it's like, just chirp, chirp, and nothing. And you think, was it okay? Was it terrible? And a person like me, I'm like, it was terrible. It was probably, you know, and so these kids, there they are, and I say goodbye, and they shut off their machine, and they've just done something really, really brave and powerful because it has affected all of us. So if you're watching, once you finish your singing, if you're watching in those to come, you're amazing me. You're amazing all of us tonight. And we're so very proud of you, and all of you out there who have a song to sing. And that should be all of us. We're proud of you. Let's take some questions really quickly. Jessica, Alexi, Jessica Alexi, and I hope that's right, and you can tell me later. She's 16 from Bethel, asks, what is something you've learned about yourself from a role you've played? Oh my gosh, I think that I've grown my whole entire life. I've been growing through my roles. I've learned something every single time. But I think that when I was a kid, I didn't have a great, huge deal of confidence. You know, I've used this as an example of, you know, I was a chubby kid, made fun of, and I think it really, really hurt me and stuck with me as far as kind of believing in myself. And every role I've played has taught me to kind of plant my feet. It's like, I have the floor now. I have something to say. It might have been written by someone else and I'm saying the words through me, but it has given me a little bit of backbone. And little by little, I grew. But I think when I played Anna in The King and I, she had a vulnerability about her too, a thing about her that didn't know all the answers. But at the same time, she really knew who she was. And she stood firm in her ability and her desire to teach and help. And that taught me so much about being a mom and being a teacher in life and being proud of what I do know, and that I can say those things and be proud of them. And that was at 40. So I think that it took me a long time, and I'm still learning. I'm going to learn from the next role I play. And you know what? I'm learning from this right tonight. So I continue to learn, and we all should. Thank you, Jessica. The next one is Joelle Singer Jensen. She's 16 from Greenwich. And she asks, have you ever experienced a stage mishap? If so, how did you handle it? Oh gosh. So have I ever experienced this stage? So many stage mishaps. I'm going to tell you my favorite one, and maybe somebody's heard it before, but I'm going to tell you. When I was doing South Pacific, if you ever saw it or a version of it, you know that Nellie Forbush takes a shower and she washes her hair and she dances around in a bikini. And then in our version, I get back into the shower when Emile DeBeck comes in, because I'm going to get, covered up with a towel and get my clothes back on so I can see him, because the relationship's new, And so I get back in, I'm drying off, I put my shorts on, right? And I step out, too late to change, to go back in. I step out to have the scene, and I immediately am in horrible pain. I'm being poked by, it felt like a million tiny pinpricks all on the insides of my legs and up, just everywhere. Just imagine it, if you will, just all on the inside of those shorts. And I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to stop the show. The show must go on. Which is why you're here, Joelle, because you're one of the people who, if somebody couldn't sing, you were going to sing. This is how we are. We have backup situations. The show must go on no matter what. I didn't stop. I did the entire I'm in love with a wonderful guy, including the dancing and the cartwheels and the climbing stairs with these pinpricks going on in my legs. I was bleeding. Everything was happening. Finally, the number is over. The big love song comes next. It was endless. I get off stage, pull down my shorts, and realize that the seamstress who was mending my shorts that day left all the straight pins in the inner seams of my shorts, never took them out. So they were all in the insides of my top of my, that was awesome. How did I handle it? The show must go on. And now I can live to tell you, Joelle, all about it. All right, Robert Marcinowskis. Robert Marcinowskis. That is what I'm going with. And Bobby, I want you to tell me later how badly I ruined your name, because I love to get names right. It is very, very a big passion of mine. Marcinowskis. I'm going to go with that. 17 from Shelton asks, how do you think art can bring people together during a crisis? Well, you're looking at it. We're here together. I also think about just the fact that you put on a song, I'll put on a song, we're both listening to it. We're hearing the same sentiment at the same time. We're together, we're not apart. We can talk about that crisis. Let's say we're not here apart from each other. Let's say we're in a theater, any black box. Could be your living room. Let's say we're doing a musical or a play, and we're talking about a subject in a way that makes us understand it better. we're filtering it through a performance of that subject matter so that we can say, huh, I never thought about it that way. We're seeing another side of it so that we can understand the other side of it. We learn to communicate better through art. And so with any crisis, we talk about it through art. We communicate. So that's how I feel. Thank you so much, Bobby. Okay, we're going to have a couple more singers. The next one I want to see is a girl named Emily Rooney. She's 16. She's from Norwalk and attends Center for Global Studies. She was Les Mis. She was in Les Mis, and she played Fantine. And they performed their first week, but had to cancel their first weekend and had to cancel the remaining performances. So let's hear from you, Emily.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, have we met?
No.
Oh, you're so familiar to me. I'm like, wait, and you said hi, Kelly, like we know each other. Maybe it's because we're going to know each other, and we're definitely getting to know each other now, but I just mean in the future. But Emily, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Good. You look beautiful. You know, I could barely be bothered to put on some mascara tonight because I've been really cozy in my jammies for 5 weeks.
Me too.
Right.
My parents, it's a nice change to see me actually put together.
Well, you look beautiful, and I'm sure you look
Thank
just
you.
as gorgeous in your jams. But so tell me how you've been, and you know, what are you missing right now?
I've been pretty good, but I am definitely missing my drama department because you spend so much time with that one group of people. You go to love them like family. So it kind of, although I am in my house with my family, it still feels like there's a hole in my heart that is the shape of our musical because I miss all of my friends and the directors.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know so much. I mean, we talk a lot in theater about a family, and you have one family there that is your loving family, but then you have that other theater family, and it feels like you're being ripped apart. And I get that.
Yeah.
But hopefully they're here with you tonight, or they're the next. You know, you can get off and FaceTime with them right after this if you want, some of them. But we're here with you tonight, and we would love to hear you sing.
I know that I have issues, I face them, I swear. Think I overcome them, in turn they're still there. Wish that I was different, I'd like to let go. But when I try to change, there's my past saying no. Maybe it's all 'cause of Dad, his new kids, his new wife, or why not just blame Mom, who's been nuts my whole life. When you felt so alone since the moment of birth, and you've struggled to find your own true sense of worth, when it seems there is no one across this whole earth, you carry on, just like you always do, 'cause it's safer to rely on you. Oh, it's safer to rely on you. Seen a million movies all selling true love, fantasies I'm not sure that I'm worthy of. Caution to the wind, my heart's been on display. Still the end result is it's not gone my way. So when I date some new guy who's a deadbeat or a jerk, at least I'm not so crushed when it all doesn't work. When you once unafraid wore your heart on your sleeve, and the ones that you love chose to just turn and leave, every day it gets harder to somehow believe you will survive, so you strive just to keep up your guard, 'cause it's safer to hold every card. Oh, it's safer to hold every card. I feel out of control, I feel safe on the ground. I go building up walls, yet I wish to be found. A true contradiction to which I am bound. As I keep on spinning around and around, and I look at the people who have worked it all out, and I wonder why I'm still a bundle of doubt. And sometimes I wanna just stand up and shout, just commit and deal with it before your life flies by. Don't let your life fly by. But is it safer? Maybe it's safer if I don't try.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Thank you.
What's that from?
It's from First Date, the musical.
Oh, right, right. Oh, Krista Rodriguez, you killed it.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about what to choose during times when you're feeling certain things, that feels like the right thing to like dig your heels into right now. You've probably like been in your bedroom being like, ah, with that song, right?
Yeah,
You can probably get some major therapy out of that one.
you definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful voice.
Thank you.
So gorgeous and smooth and rich, and that's fantastic. What do you want to do? What is your goal? What's coming up?
My lifelong goal is
What is it?
to sing forever, to be on Broadway. I love it. I cannot imagine my life any other way.
You know what? My teacher said, if you can imagine your life any other way, then go that way. If you can't, then we're going to see you, Emily, on the Great White Way. I have a feeling. I mean, because it's you can't help it. You can't help it. You got the bug. It bit you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, if there's anything else you love, you know, do it. Well, you're beautiful, and I just know that it's gonna work out. I know that you, with that voice and your spirit, I can see it already. I can tell. Not to mention those eyes, but this isn't about physical things at all, because I don't know you well enough, although I've gotten to know you a little, and it's wonderful. But I feel a good spirit. Maybe that's why I thought I knew you. But right before you go, what do you think the pandemic, the situation, the quarantine, the missing, the slowing down, what is this going to do for your future that is good?
For me, it's definitely given me time to think about how I really see myself reaching my goal and all of the things I'm going to have to overcome. And like you said, there are a lot of hardships. So this long period of time is really giving me time to think about the person I am and about how being on Broadway and going through college auditions, just auditions in general, is how it's changing me, and it's giving me a lot of light onto the person that I am and who I'm going to become. So it's been pretty cool.
Good, good. Just promise me, just take it one day at a time. You know, take one audition at a time, and one step, take it one step at a time, you know, because this is not going anywhere. It's waiting for you. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. It was here in the 1920s. It's going to be here in another year or so. Let's say it takes a whole year or more, but it's going to be here, and you're going to have your whole beginnings, and you're going to soar.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, Emily.
Thank you, Kelly.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to have our last singer. This has been really fun for me. I'm filled up. This is Momo Burnsman, and Momo is 18. She's from Weston and attends Weston High School. She was in a production of Chicago and New York that was postponed. So let's hear from her today.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Momo. How are you?
I'm good. This is super cool.
It's super cool for me too. I know a couple of you students, and maybe you used to be a student of I started my Broadway career with a teacher around here named Jody Stevens, and I think you know who she is.
I studied with her. Yeah, I did.
She mentioned. So it's a small world. We're connected. It's all like the Kevin Bacon game, which you don't know what I'm talking about. But
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, because you're smart.
It's the degrees of separation at like
Separation.
Yeah.
Yes, that is it. Yes. So you're in Weston. That's where my husband grew up. Born
Really?
in Weston. That's right. That's why we were out here in Fairfield County. But I'm so excited to get to know you a little bit. What year are you in school?
I'm a senior. I'm going to be attending McGill University, hopefully in the fall if it opens again, which it will.
It will, and if it doesn't, you will be attending virtually until it does, and then
Yes.
it will, and you will be like, woohoo!
And that'll be an interesting experience. So
Of course it will, and not the one you planned, but you know,
we'll work with what we're given.
we're going to work with. Look at you! I admire you already. I can tell. So
I
who are
admire
you?
you too.
Oh, thank you. Who are you quarantining with?
I am quarantining with my mom, my dad, and my brother.
Nice.
And he is the most talented person I've ever met in my life.
Your brother?
He is, yes.
What? Well, that is generous from a sister. And if he's the most talented, then you guys team up and be the most talented team then, right?
Yeah.
I love it. What are you going to sing for us tonight?
I am, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. My friend is texting me.
Okay.
I am singing It Won't Be Long Now from In the Heights, and I'm being accompanied by my friend Carl Schultz, who also goes to school with me, and he is not here because social distancing, but he recorded my accompaniment, and so I'm singing with him.
Well, I really appreciate you crediting your accompanist because that's very important, and you'll do that a lot in your life, and you should. So thank you, Momo. Take it away.
The elevated train by my window doesn't faze me anymore. The rattling screams don't disrupt my dreams. It's a lullaby in its way. The elevated train drives everyone insane, but I don't mind, oh no. When I bring back boys, they can't tolerate the noise, and that's okay, 'cause I never let them stay. But one day, I'm hopping that elevated train, and I'm riding away, yeah. It won't be long now. The boys around the way holler at me when I'm walking down the street. Their machismo pride doesn't break my stride. It's a compliment, so they say. The boys around the way holler at me every day, but I don't mind, don't know. If I'm in the mood, it will not be with some dude who is whistling 'cause he has nothing to say, or who's honking at me from his Chevrolet. But one day, I'm hopping a limousine and I'm driving away, yeah. It won't be long now. The neighborhood salon is the place I am working for the moment. As I cut their hair, ladies talk and share every day who's doing who and why. The neighborhood salon doesn't pay me what I want to be making, but I don't mind. As I sweep the curb, I can hear those turbo engines blazing a trail through the sky. I look up and think about the years gone by. But one day, I'm walking at JFK and I'm gonna fly. It won't be long now, any day.
Wow. Wow. Wowzer Roonies. What a voice. What a voice. So much control, and it's awesome, and you're awesome, and that was wonderful. It's a wonderful way for all of us to go out. But not yet. What did it? Were you were doing? What was the production of Chicago and New York that you were doing?
So I work at a studio called Broadway Workshop, and I've been going there since I was in 8th grade.
Oh my God.
And I'm an ambassador for their nonprofit organization, which is attached, which is called Project Broadway. And I'm gonna give a shameless plug real quick. But it's really great because, you know, I do theater at my school, but I also do theater there. And so I get to have 2 theater families, which I'm really, really grateful for, that I'm able to have experiences in different places and learn different things all while I'm doing the same thing that I love.
That is amazing. And that's what this area provides for these kids. I mentioned earlier, I'm from Western Oklahoma, and I didn't come to New York until I was 21 years old for the first time. So to imagine that you've been a part of something in New York, Broadway related, since you were in 8th grade, and probably doing more things way before that, you all have a leg up, and that's proof of it right there, that you're getting to work with neat people, have these 2 theater families. And I do encourage, you know, I know it's competitive around here in theater, and I encourage kids like you to join other, you know, go do other things, you know, do programs at the Playhouse that will definitely be coming up, and join other groups and learn from different types of teachers and all sorts of things. And hopefully I can be involved in some of that in the future too. You're inspiring all of us, Momo. And I mean, I have no doubt that your future is huge in this business. And I'm glad we've all gotten to know you tonight, to meet you and say we knew her when, and and all of these kids. So thank you so much. And we'll be seeing you, like I said before, on the Great White Way. Thanks, Momo.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Wonderful, wonderful kids tonight. And I know we have so many more. In fact, I think we're going to be able to see all of them here on our screen in just a minute, and it'll pop up when it does. But I'll just say in the meantime, I would like to do this again, to celebrate as many kids as we can, college age. You know, my kids had a musical at their school, only in elementary school, that didn't get to happen. And I know that there are kids in there that were working so hard on their parts, 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 11-year-olds, whatever they were. So we have a lot of people to celebrate and the time to do it, and it would be so exciting. And these kids you saw tonight, you know, they're older, they've really got their passion, they're really working hard all the time, and now they're sitting in their houses, and hopefully this gave them something to work on. I know I need something to work on. I need some songs to sing around here for some homeschooling and doing that. So that's taking a good amount of my time, which I'm glad about. So let's say hi to all of these great kids just for a second. We won't be able to hear them, but we'll give them a good wave. Oh my God, look at them. Look at them. We're so proud of you guys. I know it was a brave thing you did tonight, and you'll be ready for the big time, which could just be your school musical, which to me was the biggest time in the world when I was in high school. So thank you so much for all you've done. Good luck to you. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for spending an hour and 46 minutes with us, or an hour and 43 maybe. And I'll tell you, I'm the person who hasn't gone to the bathroom, so I'm fine. I'm actually fine. Took care of that before, but I am going to leave you be, and I appreciate you spending time with me and the Westport Country Playhouse. We would like to bring programs like this to you more. I mean, I think the Playhouse is really the center for these types of artistic programs in Fairfield County. And if you'd like to see more, please, if you can, support them. You can go to their homepage, www.westportcountryplayhouse, and you can donate, and you can give them anything you can. And when this is all said and done, go see shows there, you know. I'll be there too sometimes, but let's do more of these. Let's get more kids out here. Let's get college age. Let's get younger. Let's get more high school students, and let's get to know them. And we'll all get to know everybody, and it'll be great. Thank you so much. Art does save. Please stay safe, stay well, because that is better for all of us. And we will get through this. We will take that curve right back down. We'll get a treatment for this, and we will be back to life, but hopefully we'll take some of this with us, because honestly, I've never seen the blossom so beautiful as I have this year, this spring, because I've looked up and I've taken the time to literally smell the roses. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks to Jenny Nelson and to RJ Romeo for helping put this together, and to Mark Lemos and the Westport Country Playhouse. Good night to all of you.
You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me.
Take my hand, take my whole life too.
And P.S. I blushed when he offered his arm, and we walked under fair weather skies.
Lost in the darkness, silence surrounds you.
It isn't what I have, it's only what I have in store that matters now. The past can only fade.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing.
I live from day to day, and I breathe, but the pain won't go away.
Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made when you stand wasted.
And she gives you food and she gives you rest, and she draws you close to her giant breast, and you know things now that you never knew before.
I'm not ready to just give in. I know that I can't live in this place with these feelings of regret.
I love him right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong.
I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more.
Falling slowly, sing your melody.
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all, till there was you.
No father is not proud of you. No sister acts ashamed. And all of us has to love you, but by the wizard you're acclaimed. If life's little dice will ring, and then it's right, watch what happens. The morning flight, a major bore, but then they open the cabin door, and zoot Dolores, here I am.
Where do you go when they can't make you stay? Over the garden and scraping the tops of the trees.
Run away with me, let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me.
I want to be a prima donna, donna, donna. I long to shine upon the stage.
I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. I'm gonna turn and leave you.
I see. I can control all the things I'm feeling. I'm floating in midair. My fools, but we're too much in love to fail.
I wish I could love you, but wishing I could love you. Is it really loving? I suppose.
There were darts, but he dodged in between. Yes, he made himself seen. And when he talks to me, music, I'll find my way. I'll find it far away. But my score with a feller is lower than a cellar. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun.
I see the world through your eyes. What's black and white is colorized. The knowledge you most dearly prized, I'm eager to employ.
Through my painful pursuit, somehow birdies took root. All the things I detested, impossibly cute. God, what do I do?
What if she walks away, leaving me A-okay? Baby's not a superstar, you know that I'll be paparazzi.
If I loved you, time and again I would try to say all I want you to know. Don't cry, young lovers, whatever you do. Don't cry because I'm alone.
How about the way you move? The sparkle in your eyes. There's a color deep inside them, like a blue suburban sky.
And in the moonfall, our time is frozen still, yet warm against me. Your skin will warm the chill. To leave behind everything you know.
I'm not that smart. My siblings have been telling me that for years. That I'm not smart.
What is the source of this congestion that I must learn to rise above? Is there a name for this condition? Yes, there's a name, and it is hell. My stranger, one day when they arrive, your car will stop and in a hop and off will drive.
Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive. How I could have loved her and make her love me too. If I can't love her, then who?